Anyway, friends, I am officially back with a video. Like I said, I started I'm viewing the first season of Oshi no Go. Backstory: Oshi no Go is a manga series written by Akasaki and simulates a weekly Jump. It was popular until the final arc came out. Yeah, I don't know much about that part of the story. That's what I avoid all spoilers for that. Anyway, I'm remember season 3 is released in 2026, January specifically. It releases in January. So, I got a few weeks to watch season 2 after this. This will coming up on January 1st as well. I said at 1 o'clock. Because I already got something coming out at 12 o'clock. Because they would change and stuff. Still, just in case. So, yeah. Like I just said, for each day in January. So, yeah. Anyway, viewers on the channel recently, I actually reviewed Oshinoko as it was coming out back in 2023, I think. I think it was 2023, or because season 2 came out in 2024. I wasn't able to review season 2 as it was airing, sadly. Mentioned as many times due to internet troubles last year. One thing, I did not have a high dive account at the time, which was exclusive to there. And the apps I usually use to watch anime won't work without a good internet connection. So I couldn't even watch the Isekai anime, which is not even available here for fuck's sake. Maybe it's on HBO Max, probably on Channel 4, probably on all 4. I haven't really checked out something like. Anyway. If they make Akasaki. Sorry, it's pretty high. If they make Akasaka, sounds familiar. Well, he's also one of another manga series. Probably haven't heard of it, but it was popular to get a really popular anime. Yeah, I'm sure you probably haven't heard of it. It's called Kaguya-sama Love is War. Yes, it's behind that. And I like it. Because when I first watched Oshinoko, I'd not seen the series. But I was able to watch it, binge it. I think it was last year or sometime that exact same year, 2023. I can't remember, but I did review the season. I reviewed all 3 seasons, the OVA, and the first kiss ever was movie. Yeah, that's kind of confusing. Like, it's a 4-episode series, but it could work as a movie as well. I don't know why. It's confusing. I don't even know why Quattro doesn't put it as a movie. It's more easier than just having its own separate season. Well, it makes sense because it was more episodic and that's the first kiss never ends story arc in the manga. Yes, the manga has arcs. But I don't really read the manga. I love the anime. It is a lot of fun. I'm not watching it dubbed, sadly. I'm watching the Japanese version. I enjoy the Japanese version. Just can't get into the dub for some reason. I don't know why. I think I actually see Kaguya-sama prior to 2022, 2023. Because here guys I think it was airing in 2023, and then when Your Majesty was announced, as I knew she was at the same voice actress as Kaguya. I haven't seen Kaguya at that point, I think. So I think it was around 2022 before I saw Oshinoko. If that did come out in 2023. I could be wrong though. Oh god. I'm forgetful. This is my second premiere video of the week. This is my second premiere video of the week. My first one was on Hell's Paradise 2 days ago. No, wait. Actually, it was yesterday. So, yeah. Alright, so yesterday was Bonfire Night. So today's November 6th, 2025. And yeah, let me get an announcement on when this season releases in January. Season releases in January. I'll jump faster. We also got some chainsaw on that announcements there. And even a World Trigger announcement, possibly about the next season of the anime. which is interesting because the arc is not. The current arc's not over yet, as I know. Since the manga has been since Daisuke Ashihara, the author, has had health issues as well. Like Tagashi, except it's supposed it's been moved to Jump Square as well. It was a Jump Giga, Jump Square. Anyway, let's get to the series. So, we open our story up with the first episode, which, Christ's sake, I haven't seen an anime episode this long. You know what I'm talking about? Well, you probably don't understand what I'm saying. Well, unlike some anime, Oshinoko's first episode was over an hour long. I'm not joking. And it's not the only adaptation of Oshinoko. And by the way, it's in a later chapter of the manga that Oshinoko takes place in the same continuity as Kaguya-sama, just years later. I wonder. Alright, let's see. Wilbur Hustle will introduce to our protagonist, Goro Amamiya, as he's basically obsessed with idols. You know, he's been a slacker at his job, but he's a good person. He has a patient. We also found out that he had a patient once, a young girl who was only 12, who was born sickly. She died. She passed away. She was an idol otaku as well. She's the reason he got into it. And she also her dream as well. Oh, shit. Ah, fuck. I don't know what the fuck I just dropped. Anyway. The girl's name was Sarina Tendoji. I confused how to pronounce. Well, see, I looked at fandom earlier and I might have spelled some things wrong. Goro Amamiya. Arina Tendoji. Yeah, I think Sarina makes more sense than Sabrina. So. But this probably we won't be hearing those names again. Why? Anyway, Goro is a patient and turns out to be a famous idol named Ai Hoshino, played by Rie Takahashi. I was starting to become more aware of her back in 2020 at the time. Why? Well, the Rurouni Kenshin remake was announced back in 2022. And this came out a year after the Shaman King remake from 2021. Yeah, you know how that turned out. First episode, the first time is just completely rushed. I think I'll talk more about it when I review it, but I will cover the manga as well. We'll see how it was handled by its pacing and stuff. Alright, she was announced to play the role of Kamiya, one of the main characters and Kenshin's love interest. And that's one of the reasons I decided to check out Romantic Killer, where she plays the protagonist, who's also has Oshino in their name. I know that's a weird coincidence. Anzu Oshino. That's one of the weirdest coincidences I've ever seen in stories. Rie Takahashi played two characters with the surname of Hoshino. Anyway, when so young, But Metro Go fans will probably recognize her voice as Kiriko from my whole Sky Precure. Yeah. Anyway, I's with her manager, and I's pregnant with twins. That's kind of bad in a way for an idol industry. Why? It's okay. Just well, the idol entertainment industry in Japan isn't that great because the women. Sort of like modern in a way. You gotta be a specific age. If you pass a specific age, you're out. Why does age matter when it comes to that, when it comes to beauty? Why can't we be so freaking shallow when it comes to that? I'm just saying, it just bothers me. I'm sure it bothers a lot of people too. I'm bad. Anyway. And even more shocking is that I is 16. A teenager should be in high school. I is also an orphan, so she has no parents. A manager is basically her legal guardian. And I is basically 20 weeks along because of her pregnancy. I ends up keeping the kids when they're born. You know, she's a teenage mother. She'd be a teenage mother. She doesn't care. Because she wants to go a little bit later because she wants a family. She wants a family. And she loves being an idol, so she doesn't give those up or give everyone up. Kind of selfish, but I like that. So girl makes it his mission to help have a safe delivery as the time passes. Now, with this opening statement, you think this is going to be this typical type of rom-com. Wait, how would that work though? She'll be 16. Go is an adult male. I think he's like 30s or 40s. I don't remember what it means, 78. So you think this is going to be a typical story? Where the story's going, that girl and I gonna have a bit of a friendship, and our comedy's going to ensue. But now it takes a dark turn. Akasaka, I don't know, I don't really, Kaguya is definitely a comedy, but it definitely had some dark moments because the character backstories. Like, my favorite is Oshi, I think his name was. I forgot his name now, it's been a while. Basically, the character with the hair coming, with black hair covering half his eye. Yeah. He's been my favorite character in season 2 when we got his backstory. I talk more about it when I actually review the series. Go look for that. Go look for my reviews on those. I don't think I made a play. I haven't made a playlist of them, have I? Oh shit. I'll definitely should look for those. But if you can find them, watch them. I really enjoy making those videos. I loved Kaguya-sama. Still do. And we got a new TV special coming out, which most likely will be the final arc part of the story being adapted. Or Raven's game, especially as the first kiss of ends, had it finally ended with a confession. So you know this is going to be the final story. I could be wrong, but this way it looks, it's definitely got to be the final story. Anyway. Alright, the night. So anyway, the night arrives. I's going to give birth. So go sit himself for a bit. A young man asks if I Hoshi knows if he's a doctor supervising I Hoshi now. no point, but Gold suspicious already. I just have to point out why. One thing, how do you know I Hoshino was here? She was going to do a fake name. She was going to do a fake name, and she wouldn't be recognized at a distance anyway. I've got to mention a little detail of the artist this one. I can argue did not do the art in this one. Said someone else took up the art, and it's gorgeous. I love the detail of eyes having stars in them. It's a nice little visual touch. And I just like it still nails the humor. Not as well as Kaguya, but it's still fun. I might be kind of a lot of stuff here. This is a review. You can watch the series yourself on Netflix. I think it's on Amazon Prime too. Because regular one. You can watch it through, if you don't have a high-tech subscription for the app, you can get on Amazon Prime and watch high-tech content there. It's more easier if you can't use the app. So I recommend you try that. So I think it's on the app, the Prime version. But I don't know if it's actually available on Prime separately. But it's just that Prime did release 2 live adaptations of Oshi no Ko. One of the few live action adaptations of anime to be officially available in the West. Currently, the ones unavailable is the Galon Generic Romance live action movie, which is actually supposed to be a companion piece to the anime, according to the director. But this mostly might be coming to the West, I don't know. But this one I'm not sure about as well. We got a live action romantic killer movie coming out next month. And I was surprised too. It definitely looks good, but they're really trying to replicate Ai's hair, sadly. Anzu's hair. How are they going to be able to replicate the timing of the anime? Because that requires a lot to do. Since the anime relied on animation. So how do they make it so? I'm going to make it so absurd. Well, making it feel, not making it feel stupid. Okay. No, something that will while taking you out of the story. Anyway. So anyway, after that. Anyway. So there's a mysterious stalker runs away. Girl chases after him, but the stalker ends up pushing off the cliff. He did not survive. He ends up dying that night. But unexpectedly, he's reborn. As Aquamarine Hoshino. That's a weird name. So they just call him Aqua for short. And his sister's name is Ruby Hoshino. So we kind of a lot of their life together. So yeah, I could tend to lower that down because it's fun, it's just enjoyable, but not important to the review, sadly. It's not important to my review on the story, but it's still important to the story itself, just not much of my review. That makes sense. If that makes sense. Anyway. We actually found out later Ruby is also a reincarnated spirit, and is revealed later to be Semina. Yeah. Was it Semina? So, who cares anyway? We're just going to be going on Ruby and Aqua from now on. So yeah, Ruby mentions with the manager's wife Miyako Saito, I think. Or is it Minami Kotobuki? I forgot. Miyako. Stupid. see, you can look this up. Alright, just check. It's Miyako. So the manager's wife's called Miyako. And I was getting confused, lucky I check. So basically, I've become her husband president Saito. Since he's a manager of Ichigo Productions, company that houses Bikomachi I's idol group. Anyway, she's so she gets pissed off that she has to take care of I's children. You know? But luckily they convince her, they immediately convince her that their godchildren basically get her behave. I'm sure she thinks that now that's a bit more of a that was a dream back then. And her opinion changes late. She changes a lot down the line as a character when it comes to these two. So yeah. Anyway, I used to be feeling down by one of the comments. Now she's baking stuff. But doing this concept, our two children's our duos, I don't think it's this kit. Go on, a little comedic. Look, I have happiness. So that's when the days came off. Aquaman gets a chance to try some acting out when a performance as a condition for Ivy in this movie, the director. As a lot of Ivy scenes from this previous movie appearance were cut down due to not wanting her to be more beautiful than the leading star. That leading star's agency was one who requested it, by the way. But the condition was for this one is for Aqua to become part of the film. I was going to title brat named Kana Arima. Why are you saying it like I'm supposed to Kana Arima. That's it. She's been entitled as a brat. Ruby Marco immediately don't like her. Anyway, the scene begins. Aqua's actually saw steal the show for a bit. With his attitude. But he chucks her up later down the line. Later on, he chucks her up to just him being a child body, but with an adult mind. If that makes sense. But I really started to show how gorgeous she was. And Isaiah was just putting them out more. More people started to recognize her. By the way, it's never revealed who the father is. And that's the whole point. That's supposed to be a mystery. What? We'll get to that. As one day, as the two were toddlers, when the two were around 6 years old, fate will change their lives forever. As when I end up answering the door at that new place, turns out to be that exact stalker who ends up stabbing I fatally. As he's a suspect saying, "How dare you have children? You lied to me, you tricked me." Kind of mentality. They have no obligation to do any of this, by the way. You're a fan, you should be respectful. He's crazy. And well, eyes on the verge of death. Her last wishes were Ruby to become an idol. Hopefully Ruby become a great idol. So she's been trying to practice that as well. And for Aqua to become a great actor. And she dies. Film was held. Why? Of course, the reason no one's discovered their eyes kids is because they pretend to be Miyako's kids. You know that? Miyako ends up taking the two in. Basically, their adopted mother. And her husband just disappeared. Even Ichigo Productions in her hands. Aqua's now out for pensions because you end up piecing things together because How does a stalker like that able to track down I twice? It's not that bright to do that type of thing. So stalk someone online, but I kept her was more private and was more careful. So there's no way he could figure out that your address either. So Aqua thinks it has to be someone else who did it. And but because the only person that could have done it was the father. At least supposedly is the lead. And we did see I make a phone call to him prior to that. As he wanted to come see the kids. It was that specific day he was supposed to show up. Like, that he was supposed to show up or something. So whoever he is, told that stalker her address and had him kill her. Most likely keep us silent about anything about to keep this scandal quiet. So get rid of any loose ends, to say the least. So that must be pretty powerful. I said don't miss you the series. And I just love the visual love the animation in the scene. The visual aqua star eye being big and black, showing how it's changed him. I was now on a mission to hunt down that son of a bitch and make him pay. At least there's 60. At least they're a long journey. 10 years have passed, and the kid 2 and on the graduating middle school. Well, Fancy Academy. Aqua is making sure Ruby does not become an idol because he wants to protect her, doesn't want her to end up like I. I mean, they call him overprotected, but it kind of makes sense when you think about it. Their own mother was killed by an assassin fan. So of course I would scare any family member away from having another family member become part of that lifeline. Like something that could happen to them too. So you can't really blame Aqua for that. But Ruby still is achieving her dream. So Aqua wants. Well, Aqua's been doing. Well, he ends up becoming a assistant apprentice to the director. Of course, he did dabble a bit of acting over the years, but didn't do that well. My guess, though, although he thinks he's not good, I think he actually does believe that. It's so right. You're gonna get into a prestigious special high school for people time. Because that's when our duo end up counting from your face. Kana Arima makes her return 10 years later. But then she was a tunnel brat, but she's slightly changed. She's still a bit jagged. And she's hoping to fit through herself against Aqua once again, but Aqua says he's not in the entertainment department. He's in the general department. She wants to know, like, it was about it. She's not going on. It was pretty odd she started to like him. Makes it offer her a chance to do acting then. Doing a role. Issue class. When it's about person behind this project, he agrees to it. Because that name was someone I knew privately. He might be their father or someone who's connected with him. So Aqua needs a DNA test. So anyway, what it's doing is starring in a crappy TV drama adaptation of a shoujo manga. And interesting enough, the manga, well not Rio, has a logo that actually is Rio on the top. You know how Shonen Jump manga have the word Jump Comics on them? Show what imprint they're from. Well, the imprint on top showed MC. That doesn't sound familiar. Well, Shueisha has two shoujo manga magazines called Ribbon and Margaret. MC stands for Margaret Comics, which coincidentally I've been reviewing a series from Margaret. Review a lot for making through, which I enjoy. It's a great shoujo series. I was surprised we got commissioned that early. No joke. Get check my reviews on those. Like, seriously. Anyway, the adaptation isn't that great, as they condense a lot of the 6 episodes, add some characters, change some things around, and bad acting. Many just don't have focus on pretty boys, handsome boys, to target the more female demographic. So they're not really that great at acting. Even Carla's supposed to lower her standards with it. She's been struggling a lot over the past 10 years. So that's changed. Anyway, Ruby is assigned to become part of Ichigo Productions to form a new idol group. So, because Ruby wants to come up fast, she even made a new friend in school named Minami Otobuki. Oh, she makes a new friend. I mean, she wants to work because a student here is already famous. So, you look for a real extended side when it comes to that adaptation work. And I think that might be based on. I think that might be either based on experience. I could be wrong though. But this is not the first. Look, Akira Saka's previous work, Kaguya-sama, did get a live action adaptation. I have not seen it, as I do not know, but I heard it might not be good. Yeah, when it comes to live action adaptations of anime, they never do well. Watch Mojo even did a list of the top 10 worst live action adaptations of anime. Like they have they have more Death Notes, not just the Netflix one either. Like a whole series of one, but it explores in its own direction, doing its own unique thing. Which actually are available on Amazon Prime now. I haven't watched them yet. I'm probably check them out once I read the Death Note manga and watch the Death Note anime to compare how the latter half changed. I've been splitting them into parts. The first half will be the whole L portion of the story. The second half is the L successor story. With a time jump. That's what I plan to cover in the manga. Split up into 2 parts. Look, I do the anime that way too. Not to review it in split parts. But like watch separately for see how faithful the manga is to that portion of the story. How the anime is faithful to the manga in that portion. Because her second half is kind of heavily condensed down. So, seeing that portion myself will make sense. So, anyway. Okay. Okay. Going to the scene. Going to this all you down bit. I can imagine getting needs some cigarette butts with some DNA on it. I'm excited to make this might go up with a great performance. And well, his performance does really well. Managed to get the others to perform well, great swell. When the author hasn't seen it, she's impressed. I'm sure this must be experienced for a lot of manga authors too, when it comes to adaptations of their works. Which, yeah. It feels pretty exciting to get an adaptation of your work, but you might be disappointed how much they butchered it. Luckily, anime do their best to stay able to the manga these days. Either with or without the author's supervision. I think. Yeah. Like, there have been recent successes of live action anime, i.e., One Piece, one on Netflix. It's good. Season 1 is good. The season 2 premieres in March. That's all the way up to Little Garden, which are going to in the anime, but not yet in the manga. Not Little Garden, Drum Island. That's all the way up to the Drum Island arc. And we get our first looks at other characters, including Pork Dusty Ace, played by the actor who played Jaime Reyes in the Blue Beetle film, and I think he's a Cobra Kai star too. So, what do you think of that Blue Beetle film? I thought it was good. That's just me. Anyway, after that, let's praise. What else is up there? Awkward to get a lead on its director, not having more those are good stories more eye. So he wants to get more information on him. Well, Ruby is by more nervous. Suggestion Aqua ends up trying to recruit Kana. She declines, but conveniently she ends up accepting. It's hilarious. So we'll see what ends up. I think Aqua ends up getting roped into another project, a dating reality show. But of course, the characters are put on. The actors are put an act on. You know what I mean? Since it's a reality show, and this arc really does a good job exploring the reality of this type of thing that can happen. Reality shows exploiting in people just for views. It's a well done series. And there was actually an episode that was gone backlash, not from fans, but a mother, I think, of a person who committed suicide. I can't remember much. That was years ago. I found this post out. Years ago. I sent in one of my videos on it, so be sure to check it out if you want to know more. There's a playlist on my season 1 reviews. So, yeah. So, I'm condensing a lot of portion stuff down. Including some elements of Ruby and Kana acting. Sorry, but you want to watch the series, but I just turns it down for a review. So, yeah, this is a dating reality. Anyway, the Aqua's in a dating reality show, and probably is those who become a couple by the end will share a kiss, and even become a couple off screen. Can become a couple in real life. Aqua knows that, but he doesn't really care about that. He's only after one thing. Information. He's trying to keep up his end of the deal. The two characters are important. There is Akane Kurokawa and Mencho. They're important because they both appear in the opening, which is a banner. It was sung by Yasobi, I think they pronounce. They also recently performed the first opening of Witch Watch, which is also a banner of an opening. I will get back to Witch Watch. He's complete the first half. Oh boy. I was about to check out 2.5 dimensional seduction at some point. See how protagonists again wrote in this cosplay situation. I think they're trying to I think that series is trying to do the same. I think they're trying to tackle cosplay culture as well, similar to what My Dress Up Darling did. But I don't know. I'm just guessing because I've not seen the series. I don't know much about the premise. So, I could read the manga, yes. I will actually give it a read and see if I like it. But I will not get back to Chain Soldier. It's alright, but not my thing. So I won't keep reviewing it. That's my stop. That's a different reason why I didn't continue. Okay. Akane is trying her best to learn from others. On her best to be a good actor. After an accident when she accidentally scratches one of the other actors' faces. People only saw the scratch, but did not see the makeup part. They're just using to make Akane out to be the villain. That's a common thing you'll see in these types of things. Akane tries the best of the situation, but it backfires. But it drives her so mad. And she actually tries to attempt suicide. Aqua stops her. To find out her mother was worried, emotional. Asking why her daughter didn't tell her anything, but Akane said she didn't want to worry her. So in order to cast more like friends. Akane gets pissed at the station. So it ends up leaking what happened to the press. Well, to the press that's part of the police in a way, don't ask. As a manipulation, he gets footage of the things that weren't shown and help from the other actors, including men. Akane sees seen the bell light. But Akane to stand out, she needs to put on a persona while she comes back with a shoot. So Lacey asks Aqua for advice, since he's the only man there. Aqua ends up luckily describing someone he did like. But he doesn't know if it was a crush or anything. So that, like, Akane is, she's able to pick girls I Hoshino, thanks to Yaz, you're familiar with her. Little note, by the way, the new idol group starred by Ruby is going to be called B Kamachi as well. So, meanwhile, so yeah. She studied and she managed to put on convincingly to act just like her. Which left everyone surprised, including Aqua. She studied. Yes, I asked her that. She studied every detail and used her own theories what she might be like, why her personality is the way it is. It even suggested she might have secret children, which was very on the nose. And look at Aqua's eyes shows everywhere. And after I'm having after playing catch with combat, he's able to clear his head. And essentially, he's not romantically involved, but he's going to use Akane by able to get more clues on his dad. So after the kiss on TV, he says to make a Ted girlfriend, but only for the public, for the fans and stuff, public stuff. Very professional. A lot of it I cut it down as well, so yeah. Also the circumstances too. You're asking Memcho to asking Mem to become an idol as well. She doesn't agree since she wanted to be one since she was young. She said she's 18, but she obviously lied about her age. The biggest is just 3. She had lying about just by 3 years. Double that. She feels to be 25. She was 24, but she turned 25 this spring. Also, I do plan to check out my way. I do plan to check out my match adaptations, but there's a catch. I would check once I complete season 2. I think I'll say that when I read the manga. or wait for season 3 content. Maybe I don't know. I'd be spoiled what happens in the manga later if I watch the live adaptation. Since the final act's probably obviously the final portion of the story, a controversial aspect. So best be more familiar with that in the story than be spoiled by the show to do it. So be able to see how controversial it is. Anyway, Reverend's up becoming her big Kamachi. It goes inside of her. A lot of it's happened in between them. With Donna watching the whole episode and mad at Aqua because she likes him. But there's some commute thing, she ends up coming around. And now Big Kamachi gonna make their debut. On stage. And that's a discussion about the center and stuff too. Now that turns out to be a good sit-up. Actually practiced hard. And the song they played feels like an ending. I keep picturing credits appearing on the screen in that portion. So as you go look it up, it definitely feels something looks like so you'll see an ending. That's not and so I like it's a compliment. It proves how good the song is. I think it was intended to be the initial ending of the series of the series, you know, every episode was supposed to end like that, but I was changed. Oh, that wasn't intended. I don't know. Just feels like it ended to me. What do you think? Alright, comment. Again, I kind of just pull it down sadly. But no, enjoy it. If you want to see it, go watch it on Netflix. Or subscribe to the Amazon Prime High Dive. Or actually subscribe to regular High Dive. Which you don't really have on your phone because it's not available on any of the TV stuff. So, yeah. But you know what type of TV my shotgun is? I really don't know what type it is. I'll try to find what type it is online. But it's taking too long. You just want to make sure in case I need to get a new TV or make sure the remote's right. So, alright, Carmen's been a little depressed. So, again, Nod's nervous, but yeah. The overall movie, she has to come over that. But a great first performance. There's no one really seen the one like her since she's been dismissing herself. But Aqua said support the three of them, referencing the fact what he and Ruby did as babies. So yeah. Now, Big Comedy is successful. Much more successful. Now, that director ends up mentioning talking to women behind a stage adaptation of a manga called Tokyo Blade. And we got casting down. There is a stadium which, on this conversation with Aqua, which I got about to just now, mentions that a lot of people work there and where I supposedly fell in love. So that's the best clue. So Aqua's talking with Akane, just taking a picture of each other, so people, keep it go for a bit. And Akane asks if he's on the letter he has, and he does accept he's going to be part of it. But the third role, level of trust, is going to be performed by Kana, who Akane has a bit of a rivalry with. So, yeah, they both plan to win Aqua's heart. Now they're one step closer to achieving their goals. As Aqua vows, no matter what it takes, he will find that man and stop him. And pay back for what he did to I. And that ends season 1. This one ended up a little longer. That's my bad. So, yeah, I did not mean for this being long. You can skip half of it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy my content. Please like that. Want to see more square looks about the open sculpture. See you guys next time for more videos. I will get to season 2. Hopefully, we'll shorter review. again, if you want to watch all season 1, you can watch it on Netflix. It's all easier. So, mostly it's not so translated. It's only been on Japanese too if you're only dub viewers. So, yeah. Kill Phoenix out.